topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Hey, good evening, South Florida. Welcome to another Eat and Critique Show where we bring you the finest restaurants in South Florida as well as the not-so-fine restaurants. Hey, it's me tonight solo. Sophia is out of town. She'll be back with us next week. I didn't know if I was going to do a live show or not today. I prefer to do all of our shows with Sophia, but we are getting ready to change some of our format. We're going to stick with restaurants, letting you know great places to dine at and the not so great places to dine at. Really, what has caused us to change our thinking is both Sophia and I got so tired of reading about local restaurants going under. And it's amazing. Some of them are restaurants that have been around for 30, 40 years. The economy has definitely affected many people. But there's also a lot of restaurants that have opened up, and they're I call mom and pop type restaurants, people who have taken their life savings because they enjoy cooking for others. And they've taken their whole life savings and put it into their restaurant. You know, unless you get the word out about your food, you can't survive. And a lot of these restaurants are so happy to get their doors open, order all their ingredients and their food, but they don't think about how are you going to promote, or really how expensive it is to promote your restaurant. And a lot of these restaurants are so small, they have no budget for advertising. I mean, they might put up a website, but unless you promote your website, no one's going to know about your restaurant. And usually after about a year, not having any kind of advertising budget, you go under. And I've been doing this for 12 years. I started off wanting to own my own restaurant. So I went to culinary school, went to one of the finest culinary schools in South Florida. In fact, with the economy, they went out of business. I learned that I'd rather talk about it than be in the kitchen. Long hours, restaurant hours, that I just was not ready for. So I started writing about restaurants. That's how the show evolved. And our show has won so many awards. New Times does a best of. We've actually won that several times. Best AM radio show, best TV show. We've won a lot of awards. But even in a business like ours, we have to sell advertising. That's how we stay on the air. So Sophia and I have come to a decision that we are no longer going to charge for advertising. But the caveat to it is we're only going to take on restaurants that we consider a small mom and pop that do not have a budget for advertising. So when they're on our show, we're going to make sure the food is good, the service is good. That's not going to change. But instead of charging these restaurants to come on, we're going to do it at no charge. It's kind of our way of giving back. And we're going to get the word out there. So tonight, if you know a restaurant, it's a small restaurant, a mom and pop restaurant that's struggling, and not because their food is not good, it's just the economy, we would love to invite them to come on our show at no cost. We've already started telling some restaurants about that. They could not believe it. They wanted to know what the catch was. But it's our way of giving back. And our job is to get the word out there so that we know the restaurants out there to go see. We're not going to have a restaurant that's big, like a chain, that's going to slide by. Our show is going to be meant for smaller restaurants, helping smaller restaurants out. To come on a show like ours for 30, 40, 50 minutes, we normally charge $500 to $750, which is an incredible price. And now we are going to do the same thing for smaller restaurants with little to no advertising budget. Come on our show at no charge. So we're really excited about this. And it's going to be tough for us financially, but maybe when things get better for everybody, and it could be a year from now, it could be 2 years from now, that's the way we're going to start doing it. So if you know of a restaurant that you really enjoy, but as a mom and pop, a small restaurant, they probably don't have a budget to advertise. I want you to, our phone, if you're watching right now on YouTube, the phone number is being run. If you're listening on iHeart or any other stations, you can call us at 954-336-3767, 954-336-3767. We would love to have you on our show. Of course, our show is on every Monday night from 6 to about 6:50. We've got an incredible audience of people who enjoy dining out. And we've got a lot of great restaurants coming up that we are not going to be charging them to come on our show. So please if you know of a restaurant, you can either call us and let us know the name of the restaurant. You can also email me at Steven, it's STEVEN, at asktheexpert, plural, radioshow.com. That's our sister show. Again, it's Steven, STEVEN, at asktheexpertsradioshow.com, and we will put something together. But it's something that I am so blessed that we can do. We hope that the restaurants do not take advantage of our good hearts. And when we say free, we really mean free. The only thing we will ask is that we do what we call a tasting. Since we're going to be limited, and I don't want to hurt a restaurant, because in the past, if the restaurant was no good, if it didn't pass our qualifications, we didn't have them on. We would still talk about the restaurant, but we wouldn't have them come on our show. So the only difference now is the restaurants we bring on are restaurants that we've actually done a tasting at, that we enjoyed, both the food, the service, and that'll be the only change. So the restaurants that come on, we feel like it's going to be helping our listening audience too, because we get asked so many times, where's a good local restaurant that we want to take guests that are coming in town? We don't want to go to the restaurants that they can go to in their same city. And we get asked that all the time. So now you're going to know about restaurants that are smaller, kind of off the wall, but that the food is out of this world and that we recommend it. So if you know of a restaurant like this, please let them know. Please have them call us or email us. I think it's going to make for an incredible show. And it's going to help out small restaurants that just don't have an advertising budget. And listen, it's not, I don't want people to think that coming on with us one time is going to make a huge difference, but hopefully it'll make a little bit of difference. And it'll be kind of our way of giving back. We're going to cut today's show short only because Sophia is not here to join me. I just want to let our great producer, Rebel, know that we are ending early today. And again, if you've got friends in the restaurant business, maybe that are struggling, that we would love to come have them on our show and hopefully help their business. That's it for us tonight. We'll see you next week with our full show. Everybody have a great week. God bless.
You've been listening to the Eatin' Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.